No, thank you, Devjit. In fact, you covered a lot of important points here, and a lot of familiar faces. And I think I really first thank all of you on a Sunday morning to come here, to understand what we at the COE do. As Devjit rightly mentioned, NCA was established in 2000. All of you are aware of that. You've seen how NCA has progressed. A lot of cricketers, including myself, have benefited from not only the infrastructure we had at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, but also the kind of programs, the kind of initiatives NCA has taken. And it's a ever-evolving programs. In fact, I spent a lot of time at the NCA when I was a player in 2010 and 11 when I was struggling with my back. And then I realized that, what can be done at the National Cricket Academy. And it was Rahul in our generation who utilized it to the fullest, because being from Bangalore, he used to almost visit NCA each and every day, to not only focus on his skill, but also enhance his fitness, and other aspects of the game. And then in 2021, when Jay and then President Saurav reached out to me, saying that, Rahul is moving to the Indian team as the head coach, and we want that continuity. And all the good stuff Rahul started, can you continue? And straight away, it was a tough decision for me, which I explained to a lot of you were part of that inauguration in the month of November 2024. But I just want to repeat myself. And as a cricketer, I always thought that it's the responsibility of former cricketers, who benefited through this great game and through what BCCI has given to us, the various opportunities from the age group levels to contribute back to the game. And with that intention, obviously I moved to Bangalore in 2021 December. And then we were operating in Chinnaswamy Stadium till 2025. And as Devjit rightly put, it was in 2022, when the foundation stone was laid. And it was remarkable, sight to see how quickly the infrastructure got ready. In the span of close to 2 years, the entire infrastructure was up and running. And huge credit to Jay, because he was the secretary of the BCCI, and I myself seen firsthand how much interest he used to take in various meetings we used to have with the architects, with the L&T team, to make sure that each and every aspect of the COE or then NCA is taken care of. And it's great to see that the vision was translated into a reality. And I think all leaders have vision, but the vision will only bear the fruit when it's translated into reality. And that reality is what we've seen in 2024 November, and we started the operations from March 2025. And the magnitude of the various activities which started taking place at the COE has gone more than tenfold to what NCA was doing with the limited facility we had at the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
A very warm good afternoon to each one of you. On behalf of BCCI, I welcome each one of you to this special meeting at COE Bangalore. I thank you for your cooperation, and also out of your schedule, busy schedule I should say, that you have managed to come here and be with us, where we are going to give you a presentation of our COE, which BCCI has established 2 years ago. I have with me our President, BCCI's President, Mithun Manharji, Treasurer Raghuram Bhattji, Joint Secretary Pravtesh Bhatia, Member of the Governing Council Mamun, and most important person, Head of Cricket in COA, VVS Laxman. So we are very happy that you have come and be with us on this Sunday afternoon. You all know that BCCI had started National Cricket Academy in the year 2000, and in a very temporary and clandestine manner, we have managed it for last 24 years, up to 2024. We had few pitches there and a small gym, but that was not sufficient to take Indian cricket to the next higher standard when the world is so competitive. And therefore, with the initiative of the Secretary of then Apex Council, Mr. Jaisa, we had mooted the idea that we should immediately take initiative to establish a proper state-of-the-art cricket center of excellence. You may be also knowing that in 2008, a land was allotted for development of cricket in Karnataka, but which was lying idle for about 12 years and 24, about 16 years. And when we have got the warning that if we do not utilize it, then the land will go back to the government. So there is a condition that land will be allotted to you, but you have to do it within 3 years. But that 3 years elapsed in the year 2011 itself. Nobody took interest to develop anything in this plot of land. And thereafter, in 2009, when Jaisa was the secretary, he took the initiative, he took everybody on board in BCCI's Apex Council and took a firm decision that immediately on a mission, on a war footing, this establishment has to be done so that the land is also properly utilized and the temporary arrangement of National Cricket Academy no more exists. With his initiative, with the support of the BCCI, and Jaisa also came here personally on several occasions and Deputy Maman, who was at that point of time one of the Apex Council member, they cleared all the legal hurdles to start the work because a lot of regulations are to be followed once we have to start a proper project. And on top of that, we have to regularize the land. That was the biggest challenge because this kind of land, 40 acres of land was given and which was lying idle and a lot of eyes were there to take it back. But against all odds, with their initiative, we have to sincerely thank Jaisa and his team at that point of time